Okay, hey everybody, Ashley here for Bust a Move 2000, and today we're going to be explaining the panels. So, first off, I just want to go ahead and say that there were lots of comments and concerns about PPE, personal protection equipment. Don't worry, we stay safe. I was wearing my PPE. You want to make sure that you stay protected when you're dealing with the panels. So basically we started out with we had an air compressor, and we needed to get one of those pneumatic hammers. And there are certain attachments that we needed to get for the pneumatic hammer that remove the rivets. So first off, we needed to get a punch, which is basically a big cone, a big like spear pokey thing, and it punches the rivet out, or the middle of the rivet. So once we punched out all of the rivets, we did the ceiling first, and then we did the side aluminum panels. And then we removed the attachment on the pneumatic hammer, and we got a scrape, like a blade almost. And we would attach that, and it would vibrate, and it would scrape the heads off of the which would, it would scrape the heads off of the rivets, and it would ultimately lead us to being able to take off the panels. When you are taking off rivets, you need to make sure you have good buff arms, because when I tell you, those pneumatic hammers are not light. They're not necessarily like heavy, but they're still, when you're holding it over your head and it's moving a lot and you have to put pressure, and it just gets hard after a little while. Making sure you're not hurting yourself, obviously. So I was nice and sore the next day, so felt it. And we did the same thing for the aluminum side panels. We went through and punched all the middle of the rivets out, and then we scraped the heads off, and then we removed the panels. So underneath the panels, there was insulation all in the underneath, so needed to remove all the insulation. Make sure you wear mask, gloves, long sleeves. Basically, you don't want to be breathing any fiberglass or touching any fiberglass. And what we ended up doing is we ended up saving all of the panels that we used on the roof that we're going to use to block in the windows. So yeah, so we repurposed the metal sheets that were on the roof, on the ceiling. So that's good. The ceiling panels are definitely a two-person job at least, because you want to make sure that they're pretty big, and two, you want to make sure that they don't fall on you. So if I'm on one side and the insulation underneath and on top of it isn't secure, especially with a 22-year-old bus, the glue obviously the adhesive isn't going to be as good. So sometimes when the panels would fall down, insulation would fall down, and you just don't want to be under there by yourself, because you could very much easily get hurt. One thing I wish I would have known before doing the panels is probably putting on the protection a little bit sooner. I knew to wear gloves and I knew to wear a face mask, but I didn't quite have on long sleeve or pants, so my arms and my legs were kind of itchy, which is why you see me change 14 billion times, because I started doing different things. Started out with t-shirt and shorts, and then put on a long sleeve, and then put on a different long sleeve and some pants. Was going to punch one of the middles of the rivets out on the side panel on the bus, and it vibrates. And if you hold the trigger too long, or if you're not in the right spot, it will bounce because it's vibrating. It will bounce, and I didn't quite have it in the right spot. I pulled the trigger, vibrated, bounced, and it hit the window and shattered the window. But yeah, so broke a window, so that kind of got our minds turning a little bit more about what we wanted to do with the windows, and we were like, okay, well, we're gonna have to take them out anyway. that's for another video, but it was scary and I felt really bad, but you know, it happens, and once you break it, there's no going back. So but yeah, so a little fun fact about the panel. So make sure you're careful and you are doing things with intention. I'm not saying I didn't know what I was doing, but definitely was ready to be done with, so I definitely wasn't as careful as I should have been. So yeah, so that's the panels. I'm gonna be doing a Q&A soon, so watch out on the Instagram, Busted Move 2000, for a Q&A. You know, I'm gonna be asking you guys to ask me questions. Be sure to comment any questions, concerns you might have. Let me know. I'm genuinely so excited about this, and I want to answer your questions, and I want to inform you guys the best that I can. So please, please, please ask questions. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe. Go check out the other social medias, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, etc.